Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, is challenging Republican incumbent Senator John Cornyn in one of the most closely watched GOP Senate primaries. Paxton is close with Donald Trump. Cornyn is not. But the headlines about Paxton now include this: MAGA star's wife takes biblical revenge for years of cheating. On X, Angela Paxton wrote, "Today, after 38 years of marriage, I filed for divorce on biblical grounds. I believe marriage is a sacred covenant, and I have earnestly pursued reconciliation. But in light of recent discoveries, I do not believe it honors God or is loving to myself, my children, or Ken to remain in the marriage." According to local reports, Ken Paxton's extramarital affairs were part of the story 2 years ago, connected to this.
Attorney General Ken Paxton, a Republican, became just the third person ever to be impeached in that state, and he was impeached by Republicans. Wasn't even a close vote in the GOP-controlled state house.
The impeachment centered on corruption allegations and Paxton's alleged use of taxpayer money to settle personal lawsuits filed against him.
A majority of Texas House Republicans voted to impeach one of their own Saturday.
The resolution is adopted.
Acting to oust the state's Attorney General, Ken Paxton.
He put the interest of himself above the laws of the state of Texas.
Lawmakers began investigating Paxton back in March after he asked for $3.3 million in taxpayer money to settle a whistleblower lawsuit filed by staffers whom Paxton fired after they went to the FBI with their corruption allegations. The 20 articles of impeachment include charges of not only misappropriation of public resources, but also bribery, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy. Houston Representative Ann Johnson is on the House Investigative Committee.
The exposure of the felony crimes that Ken Paxton has done is the kind that would erode the public trust.
In the midst of the impeachment, Paxton admitted to his own staff that he had an affair with a four-time divorcee named Laura Olson. The affair had been discovered by Paxton's chief of staff, who then testified about it in the Texas impeachment trial and in front of Paxton's wife. With Angela Paxton listening, former chief of staff testifies that Ken Paxton admitted his affair with Laura Olson. Catherine Missy Carey, the chief of staff, testified that Paxton became frantically upset with her when she confronted him about the affair and that he still loved Mrs. Olson. So what changed, and why would Paxton's wife, who stood by him in the midst of his impeachment, file for divorce now, as Attorney General Ken Paxton is on the cusp of a Senate primary race? Well, according to several reports, Paxton's wife recently discovered new details about her husband's cheating that he had not previously disclosed or acknowledged.